I want to ask about the beginning of your career when you were the head coach at Sioux Falls and all the success you had there. How did that time at a program like that kind of develop your coaching philosophy and who you are today at a big time program like this? Mm-hmm. And how did that kind of mold you into who you are today?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was fortunate enough to play under a coach who really based his leadership style on loving his players, serving his players, Bob Young. And he just passed away in January, but that's really the mentor, and that's all I knew as a player. And then I coached for him for 5 years, took over for him when he retired. And, I just loved coaching there. I mean, I really didn't feel like I needed to go anywhere else. I don't even know if I understood what the levels were of football, and what it took to get fun there. I just loved coaching ball, and then making that program going from good to great to like a national powerhouse was a lot of fun, and love those players, love that everything that happened there. But they're just, you kind of understand. There's other challenges, and the right one came up to leave in 2010 to go to Southern Illinois, and kind of moved on from there.
When you look back and think back to yourself during that time, and then you being here today, how do you think you've changed the most from a philosophy standpoint? Maybe it's strategy, just you as a coach in that time period. Guys, here's the reality. It is summertime. Summertime means more fun, more ladies, more time on the beach. And what's crucial during that time? You have to look good, top to bottom, literally. The way I make sure I'm looking good and fresh and light every day in the summer is with Manscaped. The Performance Package 4.0 has me feeling my best. Last time I was at the pool about 2 weeks ago, I had the shirt off, my face was clean, I was groomed well below, and my confidence was at an all-time high, and it paid dividends for me. Here's why I love the Performance Package 4.0. The Performance Package 4.0 has everything you could ever need to keep you looking your best. It comes with the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear and nose trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and even a travel bag to hold all your tools. Trust me, guys, you don't want to miss out on this bundle. So guys, go to manscaped.com and use my code ADAMB for 20% off and free shipping to get what you need to be feeling good this summer. That's code ADAMB at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. And guys, supporting the sponsors of this podcast like Manscaped helps support me and allows me to do this podcast every week for all of you. So go to manscaped.com, use my code ADAMB for 20% off and free shipping.
A lot of it's the same. From leadership style, it's very similar. And, just caring for the players, giving them one of the greatest experiences that they could ever imagine, and developing just a unit to where a team where they just love each other and they do it for each other, and that's why they go to work every day. But offense, defense. I mean, the kind of what we do has evolved. There's more coaches. There's more film to be able to watch.
More resources.
More resources. There's more of that, but. We do a lot of shifting and motioning. Well, we were shifting and motioning a lot back in 2006, And so, why we do it. And, the one thing that is kind of nice, there were some mistakes that I made too, back then. When you can do it at a young age and it's not in the spotlight of maybe, not just thousands, but tens and hundreds of thousands of fans and so forth, you learn from those and you remember those.
Yeah. I feel like anyone who's reached the level that you're at some point you catch a break in your career. Some point something goes the right way and it propels you along. What's the moment that you called a break during your coaching career?
I think there's been big at Sioux Falls. I mean, I think that's where the big wins, where you came from behind to win a semifinal game and win a national championship, and then you did it again the next year. And, you win 3 national championships. I mean, people kind of take note. But maybe a big game would have been in 2009 beating North Dakota, who was a transitioning FCS program. And we were at Sioux Falls. And, that opened up doors and opportunities. And I think in the end, though, you make your breaks by just, getting to know people, enjoying the game, trying to help each other. And those relationships have really, been ones that have brought more opportunities to myself, in a lot of these cases.
You mentioned a lot about loving your players and relationships. When someone asked for you to define your culture here, your coaching philosophy, how do you define it?
Yeah, I mean, to me, the what we're trying to build is going to be player-led.
Yeah.
And so, helping them all feel comfortable with saying things to each other, the other guy not getting defensive. And that, includes coaches too, right? When coaches are critical and demanding excellence out of you, there's got to be a relationship piece that is so strong to where they trust, right? They trust, and the communication can happen, and those are the key ingredients to building a relationship. And those relationships happen, and coaches can do their job. Players trust, believe, and they put in the work. And so it's always the people that you have around you that are going to have you go in one direction or the other. But our non-negotiables that we talk about is a family atmosphere. And I know everyone talks about that, but I just think we're super tight on, we don't always get along, right? That's what a family does. But in the end, you love each other and you care about each other. We have a high level of accountability, coaches to coaches, players to players, coaches and players for each other. And then I think there's a toughness that we're building. Last year I thought as the season went along, we built a toughness physically and mentally. And, these guys, we're training them in the off season to be machines, to where they can withstand the grind of a season. But mentally, we just do, I think, as a staff, a pretty good job of putting them in a lot of situations that can translate and work forward thinking on, this is what our response is going to be when adversity strikes. And so the last thing, just a 1-0 mindset, just literally everyone says it, but I think our guys really believe it, flush, learn from it, accept it, own it, whatever it was that just happened, flush it, and then move on, play in the present.